Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is the reference 111031 in rose gold from Germany's Lange Sohne. This is the first generation lug-to-lug. Originally launched in 1998, the idea was a smaller version of the Lange one, not necessarily a ladies' watch, just sort of a mid-size. The timepiece here is the original 36.1 millimeter case. Realized that from 2018 forward, there was a second generation lug-to-lug. That was 36.8. This is 36.1. The other difference is that this has the 901 movement. The later watch has the 121, so we'll chart the changes as we go along. 36.1 in diameter. I measure it 10 millimeters thick, 43.4 from lug to lug with a 19 millimeter spacing between the lugs. And frankly, because of the way Lange lugs are shaped, I prefer smaller case sizes. They all wear a little bit large, and you can see this is absolutely acceptable on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. I would even say if your wrist is my size or smaller, this might be the preferred size. With a domed and sloped bezel and a low profile and a thin measurement of thickness, it will slide underneath the dress cuff. It's a dress watch and an excellent one. We can see we have black alligator scales here with a gloss finish, and then there's a monotone stitch, there's a folded edge, calfskin on the bottom, brand new Lange strap, no crimping, no gouging. Lange's buckle is a fascinating piece, the sort of soft faceting on the outside, the Lange branding, and then two features I always call out if you're watching my videos for the first time. You have this little retaining bar, and that is there to prevent the strap from sinking all the way down on the pin. If you're going to pin it down tightly on the smallest hole on a tiny wrist or even make smaller holes, sometimes that kind of fitment can become stuck on the wrist, and so to avoid the strap from getting pinned on the pin, this little retaining bar prevents it from sinking all the way down. Now we also have what's generally described as an elevated bridge, so you can see how the bridge is higher than the flanks, and so the strap just sits inside flush rather than stacking up on the wrist. The case is simple. Gunter Blumlein, one of the founders of the modern Lange Sohne in 1990, thought that the company needed this distinctive style statement, so the notch lug or the step lug was his solution. You could see an artful element often used by watch designers, allowing the lugs to climb somewhat up the case band, and they do climb up the side of the bezel a little bit. We've got a soft bevel on the edge of the lug that diminishes towards its end, and the case is all polished. Some Lange watches feature a satin mid-case. This is all polished. A Lange Sohne on the crown, a little pusher adjuster for the double-digit panorama datum. We also have a power reserve indicator for the twin barrel manual wind 72-hour power reserve. We'll fire this watch up. One feature worth mentioning is that although this dial looks black, it is made of sterling silver, so it's a precious metal dial in a precious metal case. All of the dial furniture, from the date frame to the power reserve indicator, the indices, the numerals, and all the hands, they are 18-karat rose gold, so these features will never oxidize over time. Doppelfederhaus, 2 barrels is what it has. We have the up and the down power reserve indicator, and the more you wind it, the more the power reserve indicator progresses towards off as opposed to ab. We have the hacking seconds function, so you can see that right there. Setting action is superb with almost no dead angle. From the moment you start turning the crown to the minute hand absolutely jumps to attention. Beautifully made, and the closer you get, the more impressive it is. There's a lot to love, and attention to detail is paramount at Lange. There's a little bit of a countersunk stepping to the small seconds and then the primary time, and there's the slightest of overlaps. Taking a look at the movement, now this is the same movement as a full-sized Lange one. Twin barrels, 72-hour power reserve, chronometer and high horology style adjustment is 5 positions, and this has 5 positions. You can see it all pivots on 53 joules, 3 hertz beat rate. You've got the balance with a polished steel swan's neck fine adjustment mechanism, and then there are 2 mainspring barrels in there, which provide a nice flat torque plateau for consistent timekeeping. 30 meters water resistant dress watch standard, so you don't want to swim with it, but it is sufficient for rain exposure or splashing. And the decoration. German silver bridges and plates, this champagne material used for the bridges and plates, a nickel copper zinc alloy, with the copper giving it that golden hue or that champagne hue, which gets darker over time. You can see mirrored beveling or anglage, not only on the edge of all the bridges, but also around the access ports in the three-quarter bridge. We have Streifen, or stripes, as they would call them in Germany. They're not Côte de Genève. And then we have both polished and blued screws, fire blued screws. What's interesting about the three-quarter bridge is it's an homage to the pocket watch era of East German watchmaking from the original Lange Sohne. The three-quarter bridge, the German silver, the use of golden chaton cups for jewel settings, all heritage elements. Once upon a time, it wasn't possible to press a jewel directly into a bridge or plate precisely, so the precision golden cup would be created, the jewel would be pressed into that, and then that would be socketed into a hole and fixed by screws. And so that's why Lange does it that way for all these train jewels and also barrel arbors. Now we've got a freehand engraved balance cock right there. That's done freehand. No lasers, no drills, no automated process, a burr-in and hand-eye coordination. You can see we've got a little inward angle in steel, no less, on the polished steel cap for the escape wheel cock. And also, not only do we have black polished swan's neck, but you can see it's been beveled on its side. And even the substructure, such as the bridge for the escapement and the perlage on the base plate, beautifully decorated down where it's almost hard to see, and that is the ultimate sign of integrity. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.